But the song I just heard coming from the Indian school across my street in the middle of their school presentation dance thingy was Papa Roach's One Hit Wonder. Yeah, the suffocation, no breathing, make this my last resort. I don't sing karaoke. So Satya's been playing Secret Santa on the iPad.
The secret of when you're confused is go like this.
Go the opposite way, correct. And went to my first Indian wedding. This was actually the ring ceremony. Tons of food available, like all the snack corner over here. This is potato. This golgappa is this little puff pastry kind of deal. They put this, actually, it's a cool liquid, but it is spiced, but very popular, and you kind of eat it all in one gulp, as my friend Arun is there doing. This is pav bhaji, a roll that you would see in America, so it's kind of like disconcerting the first time you see it. I even had Western-style popcorn, some sweets, jalebi, one of my personal favorites. You get it when it's hot and it's good and sweet. And then there was just food and food and food and food, which we would partake of later. From this point on, for the next few minutes, is actually Arun filming. This is only the second time Arun has carried my camera around, I think. I gave him a rudimentary explanation how to keep his ISO correct, and he just went for it. And for the most part, you'll see the exposure to it is really good. I was really impressed. Okay, what we're seeing right here are some of the ceremonies. The pundit, that's the priest there, he's tying sacred thread around the groom's wrist. All kinds of little sub-rituals, most of them the significance lost on me. One day I'll do alpaca digital namkeen on the Indian wedding and have more information. I was just pretty much observing like this. I don't really understand what all this means, like the waving of the cash around the groom's head. I think it's kind of like a sign of may you be prosperous or something like that. And then in these cases, when you see people waving the money over their head, that money goes to the people who play the music. Again, I'm sorry, my specifics here are pretty lacking. And then it's dancing, baby. I mean, tons of dancing. This is the groom's sister, and she was the reason I was there. I'm friends with her boyfriend. Her responsibility was to get people to dance. Well, who happens to be standing right in front of her? Yeah, that would be me. There is no arguing with me. You're gonna dance, dang it. And so I danced. So me and this kid, we danced. And I looked ridiculous. But you won't know how I looked because there was no one. Well, there apparently were people filming me, but I don't have their footage. And so I'm sure they're putting that on their YouTube channel and getting tons of hits. Look at this white boy, how he can't dance.
Dr. Pepper and Cherry Coca-Cola.
I know, at our neighborhood store, no less.
Yeah.
Real.
I never had it before.
And then Melissa tonight has gotten us some jalapeno poppers and leftover roti quesadillas. This is just a great idea.
It's not an original idea. It's just taken me this long to finally do it.
You got the leftover roti, so why not make some? And we're on a real Mexican kick here the last month. So every week I'm talking about Mexican, it seems like. I think literally I've talked about Mexican food at least once in every vlog the last 4 weeks. Oh well. Gangnam Style. Forget the fact that it beat Bieber and it's going to get 1 billion views, the first video ever. It's being played at Indian weddings. So inspired by season 5 of The Wire, I've gotten interested in journalism. When I do my best work, it is kind of journalistic in nature. It's editorialized to some degree, but trying to keep it as accurate to reality as possible. And I hope I'm doing that when I make my videos about India. And so then it just occurred to me, well, I'm kind of doing journalistic kind of work. I never really thought of it that way before. I saw this book, The Newspaper Handbook by Richard Keeble, special Indian edition. Some of it is actually really good and makes me realize, I've really kind of vilified media in the last 15 years of my life. Ironically, season 5 of The Wire, which was really negatively portraying newspapers, made me more sympathetic to newspapers in the process. If you are fascinated by journalism or you have some journalistic heroes, I'd love to hear your recommendations. This is at World Media Vision, the place where I rent some equipment. Recently, I'd gone over there to ask if I could rent green screen room that they have in there to film a project. These shots here, they're so shaky because they let me put on a prime lenses, the kind that makes your camera look like it's a film motion picture camera. I was like just nervous having it on my camera. That's why it's just so shaky. Yeah, I'm a noob with that kind of thing. Next night was wedding night. So this is Kayla. She's my friend. They have this huge freaking crane. I don't take these weddings lightly, man. I mean, these things are huge events. More food, and food. Personally, I still just haven't gotten into this bala papri. That's such a mixture of sweet and savory and spicy. It's just haven't quite gotten used to it yet. Get the dance in the corner over here. Fireworks start going off. And then the procession comes in with the groom. Sometimes he rides on the horse, but in this case they had a carriage. They got this band. And typically when I would think of Indian band, I wouldn't think of a brass band. But as you shall see, there's trumpets. And here's how they power this deal. They have all these lights. So they got this generator at the back. It's kind of a convenient way to do it. Dancing is one of the chief parts of this whole extravaganza. Oh, here's the name of the band, Sri Hera Band. So this is one of those times where some of the social strictures and relax on a little bit. There's the girls dancing, and you'll see many guys will kind of come in every now and then. Generally, the guys will be in one area, and the girls will be in another area. Somehow, Quentin Tarantino managed to come here. There he is. I'm serious. The guy, he reminds me so much of Quentin Tarantino. He's like the Indian Quentin Tarantino. Oh, and here's my first dabble. Yes, I couldn't escape being filmed, and man, do I look ridiculous. But the guys were the ones who really wanted to dance with me. Danced quite a bit, and just flailing, basically. It's like Bhangra moshing, basically. Works. Oh, I'm dancing with Quentin. Arun loses his shoe some point near his. I think he loses it like 18 more times. This is the entrance of the groom into the wedding tent area. He goes up there and sits, and we'll come and give him greetings and gifts and stuff. Apologize to you guys that there's not more detail in this one. This ended up being pretty much the extent of this wedding experience for me, was participating in the walk along with this procession. The guys in my group were ready to go, so I hope to one day get a nicely packaged explanation / vlogumentary of what an Indian wedding looks like. Until then, a special thanks to the Sharma families for allowing me to come take part in the marriage celebration and to celebrate with you all. And I want to offer Rohit and Kalpana best wishes in your lives ahead. Thanks to everyone for letting me play a part in this. It was a real blast.